Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. We're going to look at a Subaru remote control headed key. Now this one here is from era of 01. So if you've got a Subaru, you might notice you've got a similar key and the remote control starts playing up. Might be a good idea to replace a battery. And first of all, you'd buy the best battery you can, lithium or the best brand, because it's worth paying that extra to get the quality of battery so it lasts longer. So let's take it apart and find out where that battery lives and what type of battery it is. So first of all, I'm using a Phillips or Posi screwdriver, P1, and I'm just taking out that long screw. Now we can see our edge along the side of the key. So we just use our fingernails a little bit and start to separate it. It's got a bit of a rubbery feel to it, so okay, and they come apart. So here we have the remote control and the circuit board and the transponder. I'm pretty sure might be living in this section here, so we don't want to disturb that or lose anything. This remote control also has a rubber raincoat that goes around it, stop any dirt, sweat, water, moisture be able to get into that remote control. So it's important that that goes back and seats properly in its position to give you maximum protection for your remote control. So looking at it now, there's your circuit board there. The way that these remote controls work, if you're finding that your one is cutting in, cutting it out, it might actually be the surfaces. Right here is your negative side of the battery, and it's indicated right here with this negative symbol. Then you go on to this section here, which is your positive. And I'm just looking at it, so that would marry up with that. Very interesting the way that they've done this here, because this positive terminal here, okay, this must be, this gold section here would be your positive area. That's what I was thinking. This couldn't be it, because you can't have them both touching. So the top of the battery is connected through a little piece of metal that comes up to these two little points right here and touch this gold section. So it is possible that sometimes they could get separated. They're like little bits of wire that are spring loaded right here. So when the case is actually pushed together, they have to make contact with this gold section, and these little fins, you could say, which are elevated, make contact with this negative section. So if they're not touching, it's not going to work. Once again, I'm noticing a plus symbol down there, which indicates that's the top of the battery. Okay, and the winning number is CR1620 3-volt Panasonic. Very common battery, and similar to some of the other ones that we looked at. So you buy yourself another good battery. Now if you were to look at this, this cap goes all the way over, and on the bottom you can see like a circle. So that the side that you can see a circle, this black circle, that's your negative, and you want that to be that way, and you want the side with the plus to marry up with the plus. So you put the two plus surfaces together, you push it down, it'll clip in. They've got nice little clips. Then we simply need to turn this over, make sure that this rubber jacket is sitting in there the best it can. This one looks like it's up a little bit. See if we can push that down just a little bit. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I think it's been pushed in there wrongly from the start, or it's been slightly out of alignment. Once we line up the two sides like this, we give it a squeeze. Should be able to give it a squeeze. Okay, I'm going to marry the two surfaces. So I've done the head of the key first. I've interlocked those two, and now I can squeeze it here. Once it's squeezed, you can see the gap has been reduced to almost nothing. Small gap there, but once this screw is put back in, we should be good to go. If you've got a frequency tester of some description or a remote control tester, it's always good to use that after you've put it all back together to actually test that everything is working and your buttons are lined up. I can push the buttons, I can feel them clicking, so I'm happy with that. If I had the frequency tester, I'd push it and I'd see that it was transmitting a good frequency. Now the battery's been replaced, you'll find that you get better range, and you know, sometimes with proximity keys and things like that, they just work better with the new battery. So the serial number on this, it's all zeros. So anyway, if you have a Subaru key like this and you know which models it suits, leave the models down in the description. That way other people can cross-reference. And once you replace the battery, hopefully it should work. Thanks for watching.